I found out my sister was not actually my full sister because of a stupid Christmas gift. My sister bought everyone DNA ancestry kits as a joke because she wanted to see if we had some interesting family history. I was 27 and she was 25. We had always been incredibly close. We looked alike, fought like normal siblings, and even shared a birthday party every year because our birthdays were only 4 days apart. Our parents had been married for 30 years and never had areas on to question anything. A few weeks after we mailed our samples, my phone buzzed with a notification saying my results were ready. I opened the app expecting to learn I was 10% Irish or something equally boring. Instead, is all my sister listed as a half-sibling. I stared at the screen for nearly a minute because I thought it had to be a mistake. I refreshed the app 3 times but nothing changed. It still said half-sister. My hand started shaking. Then my sister called me crying because she had seen the exact same result. We both immediately assumed there had been a laboratory error. My sister came to my apartment that night and we sat on. Couch staring at our phones. Neither of us knew what to say. Finally, she whispered, "Which one of us is a different dad?" I felt sick. The next day, we drove to our parents' house nervous. She saw our faces. My dad kept smiling until I placed my phone on the kitchen table and said, "Explain this. I have never seen two people lose colour so quickly." My mom started crying almost immediately. My father looked like he might throw up. Nobody spoke for what felt like forever. Then my mom quietly said, "We always hoped this would stay buried." My stomach dropped, she explained. That when she was 22, she briefly broke up with my father. They had been dating for years and hit a rough patch. My father moved out for several months and both of believed their relationship was over. During that time, my mom met another man and started dating him. Then my father came back into her life. They realised they still loved each other and decided to get back. A few weeks later, my mom found out she was pregnant. She genuinely believed my father was the baby's father because the timing seemed to fit. They got married and never questioned it. Then my sister was born 2 years later. I was born and life moved on. I thought that was the end of the story. Then my dad quietly said there is something else. Apparently when my sister was 12, she needed surgery and doctors requested additional family medical history. During the process, my parents discovered that my father's blood type made it biologically impossible for him to be her father. My mother was devastated because she never intentionally lied to him. She honestly believed he was the father. My dad admitted that learning the truth completely shattered him. He's spent weeks sleeping on the couch and barely speaking to anyone. I looked at my sister, expecting her to cry, but she just stared at her father. Then he said something that made all of us cry. He said I had 2 choices. I could walk away from a little girl who called me Dador. I could keep being her father, and I realised I never had a choice because she was already my daughter. He said they decided to keep these secret because they did not want my sister growing up feeling different or unwanted. Then my mom reached into a drawer and handed my sister a sealed envelope. She explained that it contained the name, address and photographs of her biological father. Apparently he had written several letters over the years asking about her, but my parents never knew what to do with them. My sister sat there resolutely holding the envelope for almost 10 minutes. Then she looked at my dad and asked, "Did you ever regret staying?" He started crying and immediately said, "Not for 1 second. Last month, my sister finally contacted her biological father and they met for dinner. She came home with photographs and stories and seemed genuinely happy. But later that night, Shay called me and said something I will never forget. She said, "It turns out I gained another father, but I never lost the one who raised me. And honestly, I don't think there is any better ending than that."